So this is a public service announcement, a real public service announcement. And first off, I want you to know I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't think it's Val. Okay, is she this? Val is fine. Val is fine. This is particularly for my. Excuse me, burp. This is for particularly for my crew, my soul tribe, the people I represent, the people who I who do have saved my life on so many times, and it's just my way doing what I can to help ease yours. First off, you can't heal anybody unless you're healed. So the fact that you guys get what soldiers go through, what soldiers are from movies or TV shows or commercials or politicians who have never fought in a real war all their life. You know that most of the politicians do not have a child who has actively served in the military, most of them. But the politicians making decisions for all of the people in the military, the veterans who are out of the military. And so you basically have people making decisions about rules, regulations, and the money, where the money go. And these decisions are made by people who have never stepped a toe on a real battlefield. When they come and visit the troops, oh, they're guarded. They're guarded like crazy. So there's a very, 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 very little chance of them going into any type of harm. But these soldiers go through harm every day. Every day. And again, I'm feeling some kind of way. I don't know where the moon is today, or maybe it's just a full moon energy, or maybe it's just the empathy in me. But I really do. If you've never seen a soldier cry or try not to cry, it's and I don't want any of you ever for a moment to think that you are weak, because you're not. I've met some of you guys. I've seen what some of you do. I couldn't be you, and yet in my own way, I am in a different way, because I know for a fact people couldn't be me. I know that. It's real easy to say, I do this, I do that, I'm an activist, I'm a blah, 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 blah. But saying it and doing it is two different things. People talk a lot of stuff that they don't actually do. Your actions show the character in you. Your words just show what you pretend to be. So to my real soldiers, and I'm talking about, it's a culture and a legacy. Very few people who talk at you don't talk to you. And that's why I talk to you. Okay? And I just want whoever today, I want you to know I feel you. I feel your pain. I can't take it on, okay, because this is going to my dark season too, with the death of my mother and my father and my husband, and this is the dark season for me. So I have to be careful with my energy, because it's a lot of crazy times going on in 2023 after this stuff. I mean, I got Hillsong, I got the whole industry, I got that whole shit twitched out and all that, all of that. This everything happened to me. There's nothing. I've been on the brink of suicide several times, whereas I've tried to take my life, and God just went nope. But some people aren't so lucky. Some people just go. All that's to say, I want my tribe to know I see you, I feel you, and I don't ever want you to think that you are weak just because you cry. It takes a strong person to cry, to let that shit out. It's when you hold it in. It's when you explode. It's when you hold it in. All that anxiety, all of those memories, all that PTSD, all those flashbacks, all those weapons and the bomb and the imagery and the energy and this energy. It's when you hold it all in and you don't have anybody to talk to about it. It drives you crazy. And that's why if you don't do anything else, number one, take a walk. Just take a walk. Count to 10 before you do anything. Especially with what's going on right now, with all the planets going retrograde, you're going to be feeling really crazy. Oh wow, I'm in my therapy session today. Okay, this is a therapy session. All right, but I want you to breathe. 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 First step before you take a walk, breathe. Just deep breathing. Breathe. No magic spells, no crystals needed, no anything. Just breathe. Deep breaths. Just breathe. At least 5 times. And I'm going to tell you to do it 10, 7, 20,000 times. Just 5 times. Just deep breathe. Give your body a chance to diffuse. Get some fresh air in your body. Then, if you can, go outside for a walk. Just a little bit. Hug a tree. Not necessarily a joint. I mean, hug a real tree. Nature. Just look up in the sky. Look up at the stars. Just something to take your mind off of where your mind was at when you felt catastrophic. Take your mind off of whatever that drama is. Just in that short time. You know what? It really only takes about 60 seconds to change up your paradigm. You just got to shake yourself out of what's got you like that. Listen, I know. I don't know everything you've been through, but I know what that feels like to want to take yourself out. I know what it feels like to have so much pressure on you, and people do not understand what soldiers go through, or the fact of it's the disrespect. It's the disrespect. You wave, it's like they wave therapy all in your face. Therapy. You need therapy. Not knowing that when soldiers go in to get therapy, you have people, and you have people, psychologists or psychiatrists looking at you, just writing down charts. And then how did that make you feel? And then how did that make you feel? And most of these guys ain't even real. They don't know what you've gone through. They haven't been there. Very few times do you have that psychologist or that psychiatrist. It's not like a MASH unit. You remember you saw MASH on TV? It's not like a MASH unit that they're right there. Many of them have not been in combat like that. They've just sat in a chair. They may be in the military or either, whatever, but they have not been to what some of you who've been there on the front lines. So they can't judge you by a book. They don't know you, and they're judging you from a book that's old as manure. You know what I'm saying? So, to a certain degree, you really, just like how you save everybody, take that energy to save you. Again, go back to, for 60 seconds, or whatever, just 5 deep breaths. Just focus on what that's doing is not only distracting you from what your mind was on, but you're getting some oxygen in your body. Because when you're in that anxiety, you're shallow breathing. You can't catch your breath. That's why your chest hurts. That's why you have a heart attack. You're tense. So the deep breathing in itself, that allows your body to relax. And it distracts you from whatever's got you like. Then, like I said, if you can, go outside. Look at the stars. Hug a tree. If you got the time, go walking. Talk to a crisis line if you need it. But many times soldiers don't call the crisis line because they feel like they have to be so strong. Listen, you are a soldier. You are the guardians of the galaxy. I know for a fact my mom and my dad were the strongest people on the planet. I never saw my mom cry. till my dad died. And that was like weird for me. So I kind of took on the energy that I couldn't cry, you know? And so many times I realized that, it's like if you show weakness, people will take your weakness for kindness, and they don't know. I've said it before. If I'm crying, you better either hug me or run, because you should never take a soldier's kindness for weakness. Never take people who know what to do with a gun for weakness. But the sad and beautiful thing at the same time, the sadly beautiful thing about a soldier is that a soldier will end up turning the gun on themselves many times. The high-vibing one, that's weird to say, the high-vibing one's right. They will take out themselves before someone else. And I don't want you to do that, because you are needed. There's somebody that needs you, and it's you. Your family might not understand, and they probably don't, because they're not you. They don't know what you go through, and it's hard to explain to them what is going on in your mind, and they may not have the empathy or the sympathy. But that's when, you know what? If you ever see me and I'm at Starbucks and you want to talk, I'm not going to like give you all that I can't do that, but I can listen, because sometimes you just need to be heard. You just want to be heard. Like, I will never forget the soldier at Fort Fisher, who just, when I asked him, "Are you okay?" Because I could see it in his eyes, and he was like, "No." And that hit me some kind of way. That was like about 2 years ago. And I think it was then that I said, I want to do something in my own way to help my tribe that has saved me when everybody has left me. Because I know what it's like to try to commit suicide and not be able to do it. So I guess that's why I had a mission to do this, to show you that I know what that feels like. And you can make it, because you are not weak. You are the strongest, most reliable people on the planet. You have a legacy. You have a story. Tell people your story. If nobody wants to hear you, you're talking to the wrong people. That's all. That's it. Don't talk to them. But there's somebody that wants to hear you. I want to hear your stories, war stories and all. I'm interested in that stuff. I really am. I mean, I want to, like, if you need to get it out your system, I watch, like I said, Kelly's Heroes and stuff like that. I don't know why, but that's just me. So maybe I was born for this I was born into a legacy that I feel like that's a part of my mission, my calling, to help people who are like me, the strong ones, who can't afford to appear weak. And just because we cry, please believe we're not asleep and we're not weak. So on this day, I just wanted to say that, because that commercial just made me feel some kind of way. And, where the soldier is calling up. And I know, again, people wave this therapy thing. I mean, even with the commercial, that was probably an actor. Because you get actors to do that too, really. But these soldiers aren't acting. They're not acting about war. They're not acting about any of it. The actors are acting. But these soldiers are not acting. And they're not capping. They go through stuff. But who's really listening to them? The same people who take away their money, who take away their rights. Again, you wave therapy in their face. But we all know a soldier going into therapy, it goes against them. It's not there to help them. It goes against them to go get therapy. Everybody in the military knows that. So most soldiers are afraid to go for mental health because it takes away from their paycheck. And that's a fact. So the fact that you talk about mental health, seek therapy, but the soldiers can't. Do you ever really talk to a soldier about that? Maybe the soldiers can't even talk about it because, they're under the contract. Shh. But those who know. And I'm getting really sick and damn tired of people who have a real story to say, but they're supposed to be quiet. That's what's wrong today. You got too many people talking about shit they know nothing about. And the ones with real stories about what they're really going through, you want them to close their mouth. Shh. Think about how many children have been abused, online or otherwise, and they can't say anything either. See, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of lies. And people think the stuff I'm doing is just crazy. I'm just doing the stuff. Like, I'm not trying to do everything else on YouTube. I don't care what the divine feminine and the twin flame and this and that. I don't have time for that shit. My vision is much bigger than that. I'm not here as a sex trap or a sex pot or anything like that. That is so disgustingly low vibe. How can you be high vibe when that's what you're talking about? How can you be a divine feminine or masculine and that's all that you're talking about? That is so freaking insulting. If I did not have God and Goddess in me, I swear I think I'd slay everybody, because y'all don't know. But I, upon myself, take the responsibility that I know I have the military watching me. I'm their cerebro. I hear them. Because they hear me. And I know you know. And I want you to know you are loved. You are strong. You are amazing. And there's always going to be at least one person who cares. Don't give up on you. Don't give up on you. And you know where you can see me at. If you ever want to talk to me, I'm touchable, I'm approachable, and I give hugs in real life without asking for anything. Because I give back to those who have given me so much. And that was my PSA for today and for tonight. No commercials needed. Because I'm in a real fight with my tribe. We're fighting for our life and our rights. And I am really here for you. Because you were here for me. Thank you. I love you.